Good morning, students. Students, today we will learn a lesson in history. The name of the lesson is States After the Maurya Empire. In the previous chapter, that is, India during the Maurya period, we studied about the rule of Chandragupta Maurya, Emperor Ashoka, and his work for the spread of religion, public welfare activities, and also about the art and literature during that period. In this chapter, we shall study about India after the decline of Mauryan period. Which new dynasties and kingdoms emerged in India, and how did they expand and extended their kingdoms? Here you can, so we will start with Emperor Ashoka. So Emperor Ashoka was the greatest emperor of ancient India. He ruled the Maurya Empire from about 272 BC until his death. And after his death, Maurya Empire started declining. That means after he died, his emperor started coming down. We have seen in the previous chapter that after the Kalinga War, Ashoka decided that he will never wage for a war again. He will never get into any wars. What happened in the Kalinga War? There was a lot of bloodshed. About 1 lakh people were killed and about 1,50,000 people were taken as prisoners. After seeing all this loss of life of common people, he decided he will never get into any wars, and he embraced. Buddhism, and he followed the principle of non-violence and ahimsa. He also did work for the spread of Buddhism in different parts of the country and the world. After the death of Ashoka, there were still some other Mauryan kings who ruled over the empire, but they could not have a strong hold and the Maurya Empire had to fall. The last Mauryan emperor was called Brihadrata. Now let's learn about the Shunga dynasty. Pushyamitra Shunga was the first king of the Shunga dynasty. He was the principal military officer or army general of the last Mauryan king Brihadrata. He revolted against Brihadrata, killed him, and he became the king himself. Then he thus founded the Shunga dynasty. Next we shall learn about the Indo-Greek kings. Who were they? From where they had come? And why they had come to India? Okay, so after the decline of the Mauryan Empire, the Magad region was taken over by the Shunga dynasty. In the northwestern part of the Indian subcontinent, there were several small kingdoms ruled by Greek kings. They were known as the Indo-Greek kings. The Indo-Greek kings had established their kingdoms in the northwestern part of the Indian subcontinents. The coins minted by these kings are very important. An important characteristics of their coins is that they had a tradition of putting the picture of the king on one side and that of a deity on the other side. Deity means god or goddesses. This tradition was later followed by many other kings of India. And these kings also started minting the coins in the same way. One of the famous Indo-Greek kings were Menander. Menander is also referred to as Milinda. Menander discussed Buddhist philosophy with the Buddhist bhikkhu. Buddhist bhikkhu are the Buddhist followers. Nagasena. Nagasena led to the creation of the book Milind Panha. Milinda is another name for King Menander, and Panha is a Pali word which means questions. Next, we'll move to the Kushana kings. So, India was invaded from time to time by several tribes, means by several people. The Kushanas were one such tribe from Central Asia. They established their rule in the northwestern region and in Kashmir in the 1st century. So they established their rule and started living over there. The Kushana kings were the first to start minting of gold coins in India. They started the customs of putting the images of Gautam Buddha and different Indian deities on the coins. The Kushana king Kanishka extended their empire. So as one king used to rule down, they used to come from the throne, the other peoples used to keep on taking the emperor further. Next we'll learn about Emperor Kanishka. Kanishka Empire extended from Kabul in the west to Varanasi in the east. In this also, gold and copper coins were minted by him and have been found in North India. The 4th Buddhist Council was held in Kashmir during his reign. He established the city of Kanishka Kapur in Kashmir. It is believed that the village of Kamrup near Srinagar today could be Kanishk Kapur. Next, let's see about the Kanishka's gold coin. It was minted by Emperor Kanishka. These gold coins he started making the coins. It has the words Shao Nano Shao Kanheshki Kushana on one side. It means King of Kings, Emperor Kanishka Kushana. On the other side, there is an image of Gautam Buddha and the word Bodho meaning Buddha written in Greek script. Next, we'll move to the poet. The well-known poet Ashwaghosh lived during the reign of Kanishka. So during the time of Kanishka, there was a poet Ashwaghosh who also used to live. He wrote the text Buddha Charitra and Vajra Suchi. The famous Vaidya Charitra was also in Kanishka's court. Next, let's move to the next dynasty, that's the Gupta dynasty. The end of the 3rd century CE saw the rise of the Gupta dynasty in North India. The Guptas remained in power for nearly 3 centuries. That means 300 years the Gupta dynasty was ruling. Sri Gupta was the founder of the Gupta dynasty. Then Samudragupta and Chandragupta too were the notable kings of the Gupta dynasty. So all these kings after one another they used to start ruling. Okay, so the Gupta dynasty was a very powerful dynasty for nearly 3 centuries, that is 300 years. Now let's learn about these. In detail about these kings. The first is Samudragupta. The expansion of the Gupta Empire began during the reign of Chandragupta. His son Samudragupta defeated the smaller neighboring kingdoms and extended the empire further. So Samudragupta was the son of Chandragupta first. In his time, the Gupta Empire spread from Assam up to Punjab. He had also conquered the eastern coastal region up to Kanchi in Tamil Nadu. So what all things Samudragupta did? That's given. Due to these victories, his power came to be recognized everywhere. As a result, kings on the northwestern frontiers as well as those in Sri Lanka made treaties of friendship with him. Treaties means agreement. As they came to know that Samudragupta was a very nice king and he had defeated many neighboring kingdoms, so people or the other neighboring states or places started making friendship with him. Next, Samudragupta's conquest and victories. Now the inscription is known as Prayag Prashti and also as Allahabad Prashti. He was an expert veena player. He minted coins which had a variety of images engraved on them. In one of them, he is seen playing the veena. His name, Samudragupta, is also engraved on the coins. Next, we shall learn about Chandragupta II. So, after Samudragupta, his son Chandragupta II ascended the throne. He extended the Gupta Empire towards the northwest. He also won Malwa, Gujarat and Saurashtra. He established good relations with the powerful Vakataka rulers in the south by giving his daughter Prabhavati in marriage to Rudrasen II. We can see an iron pillar at Mehruli. It's near there is an iron pillar at Mehruli near Delhi. It has not rusted even in the course of the last 15 years. That means this pillar is not yet rusted. It's such an old pillar, yet it is not rusted. It is an excellent specimen of the metallurgical skill of the ancient Indian people. So a good quality of metal is being used. The inscription on the pillar bears the name of a king called Chandra. It is on the basis that the iron pillar is assumed to be of the period of Chandragupta II. Let's move further to the next dynasty, that is the Vardhan dynasty. So with the decline of the Gupta power, after the Gupta power started declining, many states emerged in North India. The Vardhan dynasty was one of them. Prabhakar Vardhan was the king of Thansar near Delhi. The Vardhan dynasty was also founded by him. His son Harshavardhan expanded the Vardhan empire up to Nepal in the north, up to river Narmada in the south, Assam in the east and Gujarat in the west. So here we have seen that in any of the dynasty, when the father used to come down the throne, the son used to take over it. Okay. He had cordial relations with Raja Bhaskar Varman of Kamrup, that is in ancient Assam. Kamrup was called as, in the ancient time, Assam was called as Kamrup. He had also established friendly relations with the Emperor of China and even sent his ambassador to the Chinese court. So they used to keep good relations with other people. Okay. Next, the capital of Harshvardhan's empire was Kanauj. Trade flourished during his reign. He spent a large portion of his revenue for the welfare of the people. Every 5 years, he would distribute all his wealth amongst the people. Next, the court poet Banhabat wrote Harsha Charitra, a biography of Emperor Harshvardhan. This text provides information on the life and achievements of Harshvardhan. Now, these people who used to do so much things for their dynasty that they used to write books on them. Harshvardhan had become a follower of Buddhism but gave generous patronage to other religions. So he used to follow Buddhism, but he did not have in his mind that I want respect other religions. He used to respect all the religions. He wrote 3 Sanskrit plays, as you can see in the slide: Ratnavali, Naganand, and Priyadarshika. Next, we'll move the Buddhist bhikkhu, that means the traveler who used to come. The Buddhist bhikkhu Yongchuang had come to India from China during his regime. He travelled to all parts of India. He stayed at the Nalanda University for 2 years. On returning to his homeland, he translated many Buddhist manuscripts into Chinese. So this Yongchuang also was a Buddhist bhikkhu. He used to like the Buddhism religion. So when he went back to China, what he did? He translated Buddhism into their language. Next, let's go to the last point, Pas in northeast India. The state of Kamrup emerged in the 4th century CE. It was established by Pushya Varman. The epics Mahabharata and Ramayana use the name Pragya Jyotish for Kamrup. The capital of the state was Pragya Jyotishpur. Today we know it as the city of Guwahati in Assam. In the book Periplus of the Erythraean Sea, Kamrup is mentioned as Krihadiya, or the region of the Kirhat people. The Kamrup kingdom extended in the Brahmaputra river basin, Bhutan, some parts of Bengal and Bihar. During the reign of King Bhaskar-Varman, Yongchuang had visited Kamrup. So here we end with this chapter, States after the Mauryan Empire. We will learn the next chapter in the next video. Thank you for listening, children. Goodbye. Take care.